Jumbo! Mimi Jorjanne Wagesa. Um, this summer, I got to go on the mission trip to Africa, which was truly life changing. I've always had a longing to go to Africa, and because my mom is gone, and I've heard all the stories and seen all the pictures, and so I just really felt like I was being called to go this summer. And but I'm only 13, and I would be the youngest on the trip. And so that kind of brought me down because I'm like, I'm too young to make a difference. But one verse that really stuck out to me was 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example in the believers in speech, in love, in life, in faith, and in purity. And that verse has been my favorite for a long time, but I never really thought about it, I guess, in the same way that I do now after the trip, that no matter how young you are, you can still make a difference. While half the group was working on the youth conference, the other half, which was me and Jasmine and Cindy and Michael and Robert, we were with the Watotos, the children. And oh, it was so much fun. The joy on these children's face as we share all these incredible Bible stories, the miracles of Jesus. It was just so cool to see the kids, and they understood what we were talking about, and their eyes were just truly open to the miracles that have happened. Um, and one Sunday during Sunday school, me and Cindy were handing out crayons because the craft was coloring. And these kids, we handed them the crayon, but they had no clue what it was. They just held it in their hand. And we were showing them, and they still didn't quite understand what these were. And that would just open my eyes to see that these kids have never seen a crayon before. And in America, here we take crayons for granted, and we take so many things for granted. And that this trip has opened my eyes to see how lucky we are because we have all this stuff, and over there they have so little. But what they have, they keep and they hold on to it, and they cherish it, and they use it in any way that they can. And that just gave me a whole new perspective on life. And these children are so attentive to what we have to say, just pouring God's love out to them, and they're just soaking it all up. And that was so cool because no matter how many Bible stories we told, they were all attention, and they never got tired of it. And here, you tell one Bible story, and the kids are ready to play games. I absolutely loved working with the children and the team. Our team was so great. And the children, I have a heart for those children. I can just take them all home. Some of the things we did, we told the whole story of Jesus, creation to Christ, and we did the whole Christmas story. We're we're doing the Christmas story even though it's not Christmas. And these kids have not heard the Christmas story, which was cool to tell that and act it out, and it was so cool. And my whole outtake from this trip was just seeing a people group so hungry for the word, just soaking it all up. And that just makes me more hungry for the word. And also, just the little things we take for granted. I'm so thankful for everything I have now. And one thing we did at dinner every night is we went around the table and said one thing we were thankful about. And one night, Jasmine said, "I'm thankful for being thankful." And we all laughed. We were like, "Ha, that's really deep." But I really thought about it, and that's so true. I'm thankful that I have so many things to be thankful about. And the one thing I was thankful about was just the opportunity to go on this trip. And the last thing that I really outtaked from this was no matter I'm 13, who cares? What if I'm 90 years old? Who cares? I can go on a mission trip. I can make a difference. I can make a difference halfway across the world or here at home. There's just anything, any age, it doesn't matter. Just that God's in your heart and you're just sharing His word to whoever and everyone. And let me end on one more good note. So one of the pastors was sharing his testimony, and this was really cool because he had a really strong testimony. And maybe you'll get to hear it later. But his was that he was in his village, and a group of Christians came, and they were doing hut-to-hut evangelism. And they shared the gospel with him and his family. And that's when he accepted Christ, was through hut-to-hut evangelism. And that's so cool because that's exactly what we're doing. And it was good to hear that what we're doing even though it necessarily wasn't our church doing this, because this was a long time ago, it was the same people serving the same God, going and doing the same thing. And it made a difference. It changed his life. And so that's what we were doing. We were going over there and helping change lives. And that's all. I'm so very thankful I got to go on this trip, and I hope to go on many, many more. Kwaheri!